Welcome to 9 in a Nutshell, where I go over the absolute basics to get you started on a character. Let's begin with the only reason why you watch my channel, the well-endowed witch herself, 9 the Phantom. 5A, decent 8-frame poke, jump cancelable on block and hit. Auto combo, it's pretty good. The 4th hit freezes, which allows you to get a couple of mix-up opportunities. 5B, her farthest reaching poke. It's jump cancelable on block and hit, and is the most used normal that you have. 5BB, great auto confirm button. Does more damage the more elemental gauge you have, and allows you to combo into pretty much anything you want. 5C, pretty decent and pretty standard, goes relatively far. 2A, standard low, but it's 2 frames slower than this one, so if you're trying to mash, then don't use this one, but it's, you know, it's good other than that. 2B goes even farther than 2A, so, you know, good poke. 2C, pretty standard sweep, goes even farther than all of them. 4A, this is a pretty standard anti-air. The 4A auto combo knocks down, and if the opponent's low enough, you can actually go into your regular auto combo. JA, really good air-to-air. It goes dummy far, son. JB, this is your primary mix-up tool, as it gives you them fuzzy wuzzies. JC, this is mostly used as a combo tool, but it does hit overhead, so you can use it as a mix-up sometimes. Her DP is this small burst around her. It's pretty okay, not too crazy, but it is a decent anti-air. Okay, moving on to specials. Quarter circle back A, this is her Crimson Raider. It's a pretty standard combo ender / pressure extender, and it can be used in the air. Mulvet Roar, quarter circle back B. This is our primary combo extension tool / combo ender. It is also a 4-frame head invo, making it a very good anti-air and also burst punisher. Scarlet Vein, quarter circle back C. This is your primary combo extension tool. It is also fully projectile invo, allowing it to be very good against zoners. It can also be used in the air, and it is pretty easy to combo after. Now let's talk about her dash. Her dash is a 2-part step that allows her to go into any of the 4 directions. She is projectile invul frame 1 and is invul the entire time that she is dashing. The first part of her step allows her to call assists for free. However, the second part, if you commit to 2 of them, you do spend a bar. This is one of her most important movement options. If you want to master this character, you're going to have to learn how to effectively dash around, get through opponents, dash through them, and call assist, all this other stuff. This is, like, the #1 thing you need to master. Speaking of her dash, I also want to talk about her jump. Her super jump is one of the farthest reaching super jumps in the game. They added this because they did not want you just teleporting everywhere, because teleport is punishable if you do it incorrectly. Now, let's talk about her spells. There are 2 ways to gain spell meter. One that they added recently in the latest patch is that you can just walk forward and you'll gain some spell meter. The second and primary way is on hit or on block, you will gain a set amount of spell. There are 3 different types of spells. There is neutral, when the bar is fully gray. There is yellow, when the bar is at half or more. And then there is purple, when you have full amount of spell. Each spell is activated the same way. It's going to be triggered by quarter circle forward A, B, or C. Now let's go over each one. Everlasting Squirrel, you will never, ever use this move. Amethyst of Annihilation, you will always use this move. This is going to be your primary tool in neutral. You're going to pretty much just walk alongside this and have it sort of be your guide to walk down your opponent. If it wasn't clear, I'm going over all of the A spells right now. Andronite of Accord. This is going to be your primary combo extension tool, and it's also going to be able to force plus frames on your opponent. Taphnite of Temptation. This is my favorite spell. 3-hitting fairy that allows you to get some solo mix-up, and also is very good in neutral because your opponent can't exactly, like, do anything to you. Very good defensively. Moving on to the B spells, starting with Citrine of Change. This is a mirror that reflects projectiles on block and shoots back another projectile at them. So as you can imagine, this is great for any like zoning matchups like New or Batista or whatever. Anybody who wants to shoot stuff at you, just shoot it back at them. On hit, it does cause a sliding knockdown, but it is pretty tricky to combo after. They basically have to be directly above the opponent. Like that. Morganite of Malice, aka your unblockable tool. It hits twice. The first hit is a low, which allows you to set up for some unblockable situations. And Oeuvre of Meteors. Pretty good neutral tool. The higher you are, the bigger the circle is around your opponent. But it is pretty niche, so you really are not going to be using it that much. And last but certainly not least, Nephrite of Nullification. The Clock. The clock will continuously run down on the opponent until they either hit you or it activates, and then once it activates, it will cause this giant explosion which does massive damage. It also does massive chip damage. And if you spend an extra bar, you can activate it yourself no matter where you are. Moving on to her supers, starting with Flame Punisher. This is a great full screen beam, which is great for anti-zoning. It's also a very good and safe reversal option if you have a partner that has a very fast follow-up super, which can allow you to do some mix-ups if you're not playing Elizabeth, because, you know, Elizabeth doesn't have mix-ups, she's sad. Azurite Inferno, this is going to be your primary combo-ending super. One thing to note is that it does deal more damage the more spell meter you have. And of course her follow-up super, which is Cardinal Nova. Pretty standard. Now let's move on to her assists. Kicking it off with 5P, this is a pretty good assist. It reaches in that sort of screen ahead of you, and it like hits twice. It's pretty good, pretty easy to combo off of. Good stuff. 4P is going to be a pretty amazing anti-air. Nothing more to say. Just good. It's just really good. And finally, 6P. This is going to be a full screen dual fisting bonanza. I don't know. It's great. It's good. It's great for like anti-zoning. It's great for like confirming off of projectiles. You know. Good stuff. It's good stuff. Nothing more to say. And of course, what YouTuber would I be if I did not show you her Astral? And that is going to do it for all of her normals and specials. So now we're going to move on to combos. Listen, these are my combos. There's probably better combos than this. I don't care. These are the ones I use. I don't want to look in the comments and be like, hey, why didn't you do this combo or this combo? How do you do this? Look, man, if you want to know, then then go into the lab and figure it out yourself. Okay? Okay, great. Let's go. Pretty standard mid-screen with no assist. Pretty standard mid-screen with meter. Depending on your starter, if you have a better starter, you can go for more reps. That is your standard Andronite extension. You have to be pretty wary of how much magic meter you have. For example, if you have a bit more or a bit less, you're going to have to keep that in mind. And then everything's standard from there. That's going to be your standard combo with assists. It's pretty simple. It's just like using meter, but you don't use meter. Now, all of her combos in the corner are pretty much the same. There might be slight variations depending on how optimal you want to be. But what I'm going to show you is my own personal Oki situation that I like to put my opponent into. That's the high option. That's the low option. Now, if your opponent is an idiot and tries to tech out of the corner, then they put themselves in this left-right situation. However, if you know that your opponent's always going to tech back into the corner, then you can still put them in that same left-right situation. That's a pretty standard unblockable situation, and obviously there are answers to it, but that's kind of what you want to work with. Pretty simple throw combo. Pretty simple corner combo. I went for a different combo route there just to show you how optimal you can be with this character. Pretty simple air-to-air with no meter if you're trying to be a cheapskate. This is an alternative route. That just shows you can go for both endings if you want to. An air-to-air route if you decide to use assists. Just showing that you can use meter if you want. That's a bit more of an advanced combo extension with Andronite, but it can be done. Pretty simple. Like, you could just do that into Astral, whatever, what content creator would I be if I didn't show it? You get the idea. Alright, that is going to do it for all of her basic combos and moves and all that other good stuff. So let's talk about strategy. 9 is not a character that really rushes you down. She really wants to walk at you and use a lot of her pokes and a lot of her spells to really get in, and then once she's in, she is a mix-up demon. She has instant overhead, she has cross-up assist, she has all this other good stuff. You're definitely, like I said, you're definitely going to want to learn how to use her movement options in order to space yourself properly and get in appropriately. And that is 9 in a nutshell. Guys, if you liked the video, please consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. It really does help out. And of course, if you have any other questions or comments, drop a comment in the comment section down below, or catch me live on twitch.tv/TheJRivera. That's going to do it for me today. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.